Sir, during your reign as head of state of the Republic of Nigeria, the country was doing quite well, unlike several current challenges facing Nigeria today. What advice can you give to leaders ruling Nigeria as well as intended candidates, sir?
Principle that really helped me during my time is to believe and trust in God, that He should help me, or He would help me at every stage of my life or work, or what I say or what I do. Especially when, I did not have to have any written script, etc. I pray to the Lord to help me to be able to choose the correct and the right word to use and to give to the people, for the good of the individuals and also for the good of the country as a whole.
Yes.
And when I meet my other colleagues, heads of states, certainly what I tell them is to make sure that whatever they do, they put everything into prayer before they do it. Now, whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, and in the case of Nigeria, you have there are Christian and Muslim leadership, most of the time, and therefore let us pray that the leadership would obey the calling of their Lord and Master, and to do the right thing.
I would like you to say one or two words for the youths of Nigeria. What will you say to them, sir, in order to challenge them?
The youth of Nigeria,
as leaders for tomorrow.
I have always have the greatest love and respect, for the young and for the youth, because they are the ones who are going to grow up and one day take over from us, the elders, as we live this this world. So what I would like to say to them is that love your parents and listen to your parents and their guidance, so that you can grow in the love of God, love and fear of God, and that they must then grow up to love their country, good or bad, love their country, good or bad, but always praying that the bad would be turned into good, for their future. And honestly, I have greatest respect, for the youth. Now, and especially today, the Nigerian youth, they want to take over. They want to push over the older people so that they can take over. I tell them, good luck, but let me advise them. Now, I was fortunate. Well, I suppose if I'm in Nigerian terms, I was a youth when I took over. But I can assure you, with what I was brought up from the church, the school, the church that brought me up, and the elders around me, I can assure you, I know that I cannot do it just by myself as a youth and just only collecting the youth around me to decide what to do. I listen. I call for some of the elders in our in the society to advise, to help to advise. Some of my senior in the civil service at that time were my permanent secretaries at one day, and then the next day I became head of state, and they were the one who are now giving me the respect. But because we knew each other before, so of course I had to revert to them to help advise how this thing we should do it together. And they gave me all the respect, all this assistance, and together we were able to move forward. And so my advice to the youth is that, yes, try and see, go into politics, go into whatever you are doing, but do it well. Do not just wish, just to push people away and get in there. But if you are able to do that, you use the experience, of the old, and then combine it with your the energy and exuberance of youth. You would be able to get things done correctly and move forward. And I wish the youth really all the best, but let them just continue to do whatever they are doing to the best of their ability. Do not get so greedy to say you want to push people away to get in there. But if the people would also say, yes, we want you to be there, then go there and be humble and to pray to God to do the right thing right the way through.
So how will you advise the UK youth as well in going into politics? Apostle usually he really challenges not the youths alone, everybody, but particularly he wanted the youths to go into politics even here in UK to really change the world, because he feels that
I saw that Obama was saying just that yesterday. I saw him talking somewhere, I think in Illinois. No, it was in Illinois. It was in Illinois. And he was talking about that, hoping that the young people would really make the difference to bring about the change so that things can be done in a right, correctly. And it is believed that if the youth are able to exercise their right and do it, yes, they can do it. And that is the reason why I said if the youth can go into it and they would be accepted by the people to vote for them, to push them forward, all well and good. Now, I will certainly encourage the youth to really play their part, correctly, so that things can go, right, for them and for the country.
And my final question: I know you've been coming to CFT for a while now. How will you? What will you say about your reception that we gave you in CFT?
What I ask in this is my home. So
good. I like that.
I expect.
Are we meeting your standard? I believe we are. We're nice to know. That way we can encourage other people to come for Nigerian Praise next year as well.
Well, don't you worry. I can assure you, we went to other places just because he allowed Nigerian Praise to go to other places. Last year we were at Birmingham, wasn't it?
Yes.
The Nigerian Christian Fellowship, yes, fellowship, and the way Ma'am and Apostle had looked after us, during these. All the years that we've been coming. I think he virtually took over when others were not able to do it. He took over and single-handedly, between them, were given a treatment, well, more than what we expected, and we are very grateful to them. I can assure you, my wife will attest to that one. And I think we've been here with her, most of the time. I think we've been here 3-4 times, isn't it?
Yes,
4 times. And now probably this is the 5th. And I can assure you, but you heard him say he's got to make sure that, because since he is the boss of Nigerian Praise in the UK and Europe, he will start taking us to either Manchester and then to Glasgow, so going further and further north. But don't take me to the cold place, Iceland.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it.
Well done.
Thank you.